Hey everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Full of Fail Army. I am your loving host personality, Elliot Red Rogers. Oh, that's right, it's me, I'm back. Sorry. Anyway, so we have a very special episode today. It's just a normal bite-sized news update, but we're giving a very special shout out to someone who deserves it. That's right. Anyway, let's get right to some news. Okay, so this is actually big news, and I have to get into this first because I'm super excited about it. So, by now, 2020 standards, if you don't know what Battle Royale is, you completely fail, just like the year 2020. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about a new teaser and announcement that was released just today, and it has me excited. Way super excited. Vampire the Masquerade. It is a great universe. Bloodlines 2 is right around the corner on next-gen platforms. However, they just announced a Battle Royale set in Vampire the Masquerade universe that's set to launch in end of 2021. Will be available on PC and next-gen. It is being developed by Shock Mob Studios, who has two studios, one in London and one in Malmö. They've been working in this in secret, where they actually advertised it as a AAA ambitious title powered by the Unreal Engine a while ago. So now we actually know what this is, and I couldn't be happier. Supernatural powers, weapons, and blood are listed as the main tools in your arsenal as you hunt, fight, and survive the night. It's just not clear again platforms are planning to release this game on, and I mean that as in, will it be on next gen? I don't think so. However, the video and the description offers a few more details on how the game will function, noting that players you'll be able to, traverse, sort of blood teleport or blood port. You'll be able to choose your style and queue solo together, pick your weapons. We're talking, guns, melee, magical powers. Plus, there's also a hostile entity that's hell-bent on exterminating all vampires. So you don't know if that's going to be a player control or PvE NPC, but either way, that has such a unique dynamic. I really cannot wait to get into this. Okay, so the next item on our docket, we're going to get into this quick. You heard about by now Cyberpunk 2020's delay. CD Projekt Red has been suffering greatly because of it. They've been, of course, picking up the fallen pieces, dealing with a lot of flack. They've been getting death threats, and now their stock has dropped 25% in 2 months. That is a whopper. So basically, that's almost 2.5 billion. And that's euros, 2.9 billion US. That is huge! I mean, I don't know what that's doing to them, but now there's a mandatory crunch, on top of death threats, on top of things being thrown out, things being taken out of the game. So what is that? Dual wielding is no longer a thing. There's all the some other. So basically, this might not be shaping up to anything well at all, and this could spell disaster for CD Projekt Red, the awesome creators of the Witcher series. Let's hope this not puts them in too bad a spot where they can't recover. But at this point, I mean, it's not looking good for them at all. On the other side of the note, the stock's rather cheap right now. Okay, so more PS5 news, and this is, again, not good news, but we are searching for good news. Honestly, we can't find it, and that's another red flag. Yeesh. So, Ubisoft has sparked a little confusion over Bridge Crew and Werewolves Within on PS5, as in backwards compatibility. So, you might remember about a month or so ago, Sony revealed a list of 10 PS4 titles that will not work on PS5's backwards compatibility. However, this was possibly thought that they might be the only ones, but they did say that there might be more, and players should test out the games for themselves, which is a huge red flag, because that tells me they probably didn't bother testing as well as they should have, or they just don't care. So now, of course, Ubisoft is not sure, as they've informed multiple sites, because they had 3 that were VR related. So, specifically, Star Trek Bridge Crew, which is a great game, Werewolves Within, which is a great party game, and Space Junkies. Space Junkies is dead in the water because they stopped updates for a while ago. Bad move there, Ubisoft. But the other 2, which are actually great games, so now they won't work. So that also calls into question what other games won't work. What hasn't been tested? It doesn't sound like Sony's doing much at all in that area, and they're leaving it up to the players and the developers. Wah, wah, that's red flag, warning, wah, wah. Okay, so let's move right along, but still on the same subject, because this is basically like a community post, and I'm pretty keen on it, because it's actually been raising questions myself, and now I see I'm not the only one, and it's depressing as all hell. Do you think Sony will even release a PSVR 2 on PS5 at this point? There's a lot of bad stuff happening, there's a lot of issues happening, there's been no mention of it whatsoever, plus, there was it, Astro's Playroom was a huge, glaring missed opportunity for VR. even backwards compatibility on PlayStation 4. But of course, it's a PS5 game. There's no way to handle for fidelity. Sure, I get that. But however, just not even mentioning that will be available on PSVR 2 in the future, just to get people's hopes up. Again, this is echoing rumors of the Vita. Given all the new revelations in the past week, don't you think Sony will ever actually release the PSVR 2 on PS5? Will this be like the PSP to the PS Vita in terms of successor? Or will PSV go down as a forgotten platform like the Vita is now? This is a very serious question because, to be clear, at this moment, they say that they seem like they're committed, but at the same time they say that nothing will happen until later 2021. That sounds to me like they're in a holding pattern and they don't know for sure. So again, just more flags, just more warnings. I have no idea what's going on, but shit. Okay, so from the other side of the universe, but still on the console world, or at least in terms of developer, yeah. So we're talking about Microsoft. That's right. You guys remember the Kinect camera, right? Yeah, some awesome technology there. Never fully utilized to its greatest potential. Drop the ball there, Microsoft. Okay, so, however, the technology behind the enterprise-focused computer vision camera, the Azure Kinect Developer Kit, will now soon as find its way into commercial products. That's right. That TV that you love so much that spies on you will now have stereoscopic tracking capabilities. I'm serious. So, launched in July 2019, Azure Kinect Developer Kit includes a 1 megapixel depth of field camera, a 7 microphone array, 12 megabyte RGB camera, and an IMU. The unit, which is priced at about $400 US, is only available for purchase in the US, China, UK, Germany, and Japan. So, SICK AG, a manufacturer of intelligent sensors and sensor solution for the industry, will put the TOF technology in its visionary T-camera product line. That's one thing. There's also supposed to be some other things, more particularly Holo Lense 2. And while we speak about the Holo Lense 2, slide please. That's right, you guessed it, we're talking about the Holo Lense 2. Some zombie technology, you know, there, because the Holo Lens sounded so awesome. Holo Lense 2 sounds awesome, but, yeah, very expensive and very hard to get on. However, HoloLens 2 sales are now expanding to 15 more countries. There's a development edition that's launching in the US, so you never know. Microsoft initially began selling the HoloLens 2 to only enterprise customers back in late 2019, but a broader rollout has taken quite some time. Earlier this year, the company began selling the headset directly to individuals, and now it's expanding the scope of sales to 15 more countries. Microsoft has also announced today that the proposed development edition of the headset, which includes, 1,250 free developer resources, is available in the US by the year's end. So that's quite cool, if you ask me, because there's a lot of applications and possibilities for something like HoloLens, but it's been never properly utilized. It's been very far out of reach. It's been too expensive, especially for consumers or would-be developers, content creators like that. So the more they bring down the price, the more accessible they make it, the more successful it will be. I know that sounds hard to understand, Microsoft, but not everyone is as rich as you. So we'd like to finish this episode by saying thank you, but most importantly, there's someone who's been very substantial and integral to my keeping my sanity these last couple weeks, and the main reason why I'm able to do this for you here. So I want to give a shout out to my man.
Hey guys, this is Felix. Thanks for having me on the show. I want to reach out and say happy holidays, stay safe, and see you guys soon.